At one point in history, fat people were seen as having the highest of wealths and the most attractive. And then it switched quite quickly when we started to see that people of color were also fat, and whiteness had to separate themselves from people of color through what could be easily determined as changing their body size. And thus we have the birth of diet culture.
It's like she's a social justice warrior rhetoric machine. She doesn't even realize how ridiculous she sounds, how many times she owns herself in that whole video. But later on in the video, she talks about how more people need to use critical thinking, not realizing that she has just described obesity as abject privilege. She is correct. In history, royalty, rich people, used to be the only fat people because they could afford to, because they were privileged, and the peasants starved. Like, being obese is abject privilege. She just literally admitted it, doesn't realize it, yet alone the fact that she doesn't realize how racist it sounds to literally call black people fat. Like, you just generalized black people to being fat. You don't realize how racist that sounds, yet alone how ridiculous it is to co-opt racism to not deal with your fatness. Like, you would rather call people racist and really dilute the word racism than avoid eating donuts.